Do we have too much light or is it okay? Okay.
This is fine.
You ever feel like you're like a specimen under a microscope, Andreas? Alright, guys, the reason for having our guest speaker today, again, is because it's Ethnic Diversity Week, and I know Mike and Archana are very excited because they just spent 2 weeks on a field trip. 2 days on a field trip. Dealing with this issue, which we're going to talk about tomorrow. Andreas is going to share with you, he's very excited, you can see, his experiences with coming to America. So you have to be nice to him. This is his first time today. By fifth period, this will be nothing, but first period's going to be a little rough, so be kind. And with that introduction, I'll let you go. The first thing that Andreas is going to address, if you look at your sheet, is why he wanted to come to America.
Yeah, but hold on first, okay? Very good. No, the last verse is
Hollywood.
I'm just kidding. So, okay. Do you know who I am? Good. Guten Morgen, ich heiße Andreas Bacher, bin 27 Jahre alt und komme aus Österreich. Do you understand me? Should we speak in English or in German? Both. Do you understand German? Doesn't matter, it's okay. Let's talk in English. Because 5 years ago I couldn't speak English, as I just said yes, no, good evening, good afternoon, and when someone came up to me and says, hey, I looked at them and I didn't know what they're saying. Yeah? So I worked in Bermuda. The first night I worked in this restaurant, there was like 2 girls from America. They had a summer break, they went on a summer vacation, and I poured them ice water on the table, and they said thank you after I poured the water, and I said to them, oh, please. And they said thank you, and I said please. And they said thank you again, and I said please. And one of these girls calls me over and says, hey, if I say thank you, you say you're welcome. Hello, how are you? Another immigrant, huh? Okay, no problem. So they said you have to say you're welcome. So this was 1919. I couldn't speak. I mean, I could speak. It was like good evening, good afternoon, and that's it. So one day I go back to my room. The hotel provided me with a room, and I had to look for. There was a roach in my room, and I was thinking, oh, what do I do now? I hate roaches to have this in my room, so I have to buy some, you know, some what's it called now? Yeah, some spray to kill this stuff. But I didn't know what was it called, so I was going to a pharmacy store because I see a drugstore, and I was thinking, and I see in a big window a display, and everything what is like poisoned, has like a yellow sign on it, yeah, where you can kill something, a yellow sign with black letters on it, like the radioactivity sign. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever seen this? You know, like a fallout shelter where it's like yellow and black. And I was thinking, wow, that's good. And there was this big window with big bottles of this stuff, and it says kills germs. And I was thinking, oh my god, it kills something. So I bought a little bottle because I thought I have only a small room, and I poured this liquid on the carpet because I was thinking, oh my god, I smelled it smelled funny, it smelled like chewing gum. So the next morning I go to the washroom and I see this guy next to me brushing his toothbrush teeth. He's brushing his teeth. I have all the time problems with tooth or teeth. So I see this guy, he has the same bottle in his hand and makes a sip out of this bottle. So what was it? It was Listerine. And I thought, because it says kills germs, I was thinking, oh, it kills roaches. But besides that, so why did I want to come to America? It was 7 or 8 years old. There was a TV show on television in Austria. It was called The Bears. I don't know if you know it. It was like a baseball team about little kids between 12 and 15. But this was 20 years ago. I mean, I'm 27 years now, and this was when I was 7, 8. And we don't play baseball, we play soccer. So for us, it's like a new world, yeah. I didn't know what the game baseball is. It was like you have a ball, you throw it at someone, and someone has, you know, a wooden stick, and they hit it, and bang, that's it. but I didn't know the rules and anything else. But I had a friend, like he was my best friend, he was sitting next to me in school, and he said, oh, why don't we have a tennis ball and we throw it in the schoolyard, you know, back and forth, because this was the only thing what we could do, because we didn't have a baseball bat, because this is like, not... Hello. Are you a student or are you observing me? Okay, good, you're a teacher. So, and I was thinking, oh my god, what's going on here? And I was thinking, we were throwing the ball back and forth until we hit the car of the teachers, and this was the end of our baseball game, yeah? And there was another show on, I don't know if you have seen it, it was about a dog. The dog was called Boomer, and the dog was going from the East Coast to the West Coast. It was a very interesting thing, because the dog dogged, and it showed the United States, like from the east, the mid section of the United States and the western part. And I've seen these gigantic trucks, these big gigantic houses, because in Austria everything is like small and tiny. And Venise knows it better because she can relate to this, because when we went on vacation to Europe, like it's like living in a little shoebox and everything is like small and tiny. And I mean, you had the swimming pools. 20 years ago in Austria there was maybe 1 or 2 families out of 250,000, they had a swimming pool, because we would go swimming to a lake, or we would go to the beach, like we would drive to Italy or Yugoslavia and go swimming there. But like a swimming pool was luxury. But here, I mean, what we have seen on television, every household had a swimming pool. And I liked the way American kids live. And it was nice because there was also this period where it was very in to have a skateboard. I was thinking, oh my god, a skateboard, what is this? And I remember saying to my friend, because we had like roller skates, but the roller skates, not like the blades, roller blades, these were like things what you were putting on your shoes. You had to tie them on your feet, yeah, and after you were running around, like, did you ever see them? They're already in an antique store, maybe worth $500 if you see them. So we were like roller skating, or like whatever you call this. It was fun because after 5 minutes you lost already this roller skate, because you had to tie them on with a shoelace onto your feet. And it was like, we came to this idea where we said, okay, listen, why don't we take a piece of wood and we screw this roller skates underneath to this wood, and we made our own skateboard, yeah? So we had our first skateboard, but it was nothing what you have today. I admire these people here, or these kids who have a skateboard and they can make all these stunts and go around like crazy people. And I also was very impressed with American breakfast, because at home you would get a piece of black bread which is very hard, and they would put a little bit of butter on it, and that's it. And you would have a glass of chocolate milk or some herb tea. And in these movies, what I have seen, the Bears and the Boomer, the dog, yeah, where they were eating all this gigantic cereal breakfast with cornflakes and a glass of milk and orange juice. We had orange juice only once in 365 days. This was for Christmas or for New Year's, and this was the end of the story. We would never drink orange juice for breakfast. We would drink clear mountain water. So I was very in, and I was thinking, oh my god, I said to my mother, oh, can you get me some cornflakes? What is this here? Batteries? Oh. And by the way, this thing here, this video camera, looks like it survived the Weight Watcher program, huh? It's very skinny. Yeah. Yeah. So when I was 12 and 15, I was totally madly in love with Elvis. I was thinking, oh my god, Elvis must be the greatest guy on earth. My friend and I, we were collecting pictures, you know, from every magazine we could get a little picture. We cut it out, and when the head was only this big, we cut it out and put it in a book. And we were thinking, oh my god, one day we have to go to Graceland. We couldn't even speak English, but we wanted to go there. We didn't even understand his songs, yeah. And we said we have to go there because Elvis loves us, we love Elvis, and the whole world loves Elvis. And we tried, like, we were about 36 kids in our class, and everyone was, it was like a virus. One got the virus, the other one got it, and the other one, because everyone was totally in Elvis fever. So we had a little corner in the classroom where we had a little, how do you call this, an altar? Yeah, where we put candles around, and we were like saying, oh Elvis, you're the best. I also liked country music at this time, and was you know, like because of this movie, seeing the Wild West and everything, it was great. And when I was around 13 or 14, I saw the movie Convoy. Did you hear about this? It's a trucker movie, like about truck drivers in the United States. It was before that time. It's okay. Maybe you get a chance one day, we'll see it. So you will. I've seen the American freedom and the long, endless road of the American West. There was also a German magazine called Trucker, which has nothing to do with German, because Trucker is Lastkraftwagen, which is a totally different subject, because our trucks, they are like smaller, again, like your big trucks, because in yours you have a shower, you can whatever, you have your whole world in a truck. And I was like totally in love with them. I was sitting on the road instead of going to school in the morning. I mean, I went to school at 8, but I left already the house at 6:45 just to be on the main road and look at these trucks, you know, every day, because I was thinking, oh my god, they bring you somewhere, yeah. And the only trucks what we have seen were like Mack trucks on Austrian roads, because the Iranian government, when this was before Ayatollah Khomeini was the ruler of Iran, they bought American trucks. They bought Mack trucks. Do you know Mack trucks? You know, with the dog on it. And they had like some kind of deal. This was the only big American trucks which were dominating the European roads. Does it sound boring or not? No? And I'm just thinking, how much time do we have? Okay, there's enough here. So there was this truck magazine about truck, and they were like writing stories about truck drivers, and it was very interesting, you know. And I was thinking, oh my god, one day I'm going to the United States and I will wear my cowboy boots like you see this here, and just drive a truck and wear my cowboy hat. But after...
Did you ever drive a truck when you got to America?
No. No, but there was one thing. I mean, I had the chance to go to I met a Swiss man who owned a truck, and they, on Sunday in Austria, not allowed to drive trucks, so they had to stop on a guest house, you know, on the road, and they had to stop the truck for 24 hours. And I went in one of the trucks. It was an International. Do you know this company, International? It's one of the leading companies here in the United States, besides Kenwood or Peterbilt or whatever. Doesn't matter. So, but after that, real life hit me, and no, there's something else. Does everyone know Dallas, the TV series? In 1980, in June 1980, for the first time, Austria and I saw for the first time the TV series Dallas, and I was totally in love with the series. I remember J.R. Ewing and Lucy, and we knew everyone. My friend and I, we had our cowboy hats on, we're watching, we know Dallas is on, and we had like goosebumps, you know, like it goes up here, and you think, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I went to the kitchen and I said to my friend, listen, now I'm making us an American, a real American breakfast. This was already 9 o'clock at night, but I said, now we have to read like real American. And it was about 10 minutes before the show started. And I went to the kitchen and I got a can of corn and some 2 eggs and a half a bottle of ketchup. And I was thinking, oh my god, I've never been to America, I don't know what they eat, I've seen it just on television. And I know they like corn, they like eggs, and they like ketchup. So I put the corn in an iron pan, I heated the corn up, took the 2 eggs, put them over the corn, and after I took the half the bottle of ketchup and put it over it and stirred it up. And exactly at 9 o'clock, ping, it was going na 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 na, and I was thinking, oh my god, yeah, this is Dallas. And we were sitting there, I'm coming in with this, the iron pan in front of us. My friend looks at it and says, oh, what's this? I said, this is real American food. And he says to me, I'm not eating this. I say, look at this, we have corn, we have the eggs, and we have the ketchup. That's what American eats. I never been here, I didn't know what they're eating, so this was my creation of American cooking. So my friend looks at it and says, he takes the fork, he tastes it and says, I'm not eating it. And I was like eating this like crazy, because I was thinking, oh my god, I have to be an American. I'm looking at this show here. The show was over and we couldn't wait until next week. And this was in June 1980. After real life hit me, I had to go and get a job. I had to do my apprenticeship in Austria. in one of the best hotels in my hometown, which has nothing to do with the United States anymore, because I'm working now in the hotel industry. I'm not a cowboy, I'm not a truck driver, I'm not a movie star, I'm nothing. So what am I? I'm working now as an apprentice in a hotel. After working in the hotel industry for a few years, I found out that a lot of Austrians are hotel managers around the world, which means you can go to New York, you can go to San Francisco. Is there something wrong with the microphone? No? Okay, good. No, you give me this look here. I found out that they are working in San Francisco, they work in Hong Kong, they work in Japan, like the Austrian hotel managers everywhere. But the reason why they are there is because like tourism is our main income. This is what we are known for, to go on vacations, to skiing, going in the summertime, you know, in the mountains, on lakes and whatever. So you have to be friendly in order to get people or that they would return. So I thought this is not a bad job, because I wanted to be a hotel manager one day so I could travel. So now I'm losing here my thing. This is not good. My wife will complain after that. So what I did was, when I was working in Austria, you have 1 month's vacation. Like you work 11 months, and the 12th month you would take off for a whole month. You can go on vacation. What I did, I was going I found Austrians who worked in Geneva in Switzerland, in London, and I found one in Monte Carlo who owned his own restaurant. And I went to these people and I asked them if I can work for them in the summertime for free, because I wanted to gain experience. And I was thinking, oh my God, this brings me, you know, a little bit closer to the United States. And so I went there, I worked in Monte Carlo. It was very interesting. You get up at 4 in the morning, you go to the market at 4:30. You buy the vegetables, everything. By 8 o'clock you're already tired and you're ready to go to the beach, but no, you had to go to the kitchen and peel potatoes and do all the other stuff. And by 10 o'clock at night you think, oh my God, this is the life on the French Riviera, yeah? Every day for a whole month. Where my other friends, they all went there, went swimming and did other stuff, yeah? And did not even get paid on top of it. So, you know, I thought I'm gaining some experience in different countries, and after I ran into a problem, this was the immigration laws of these countries, because if Austria is a neutral country, so all the other countries like England, France, Monte Carlo, Italy, they're all European, they're all part of the European community. So if I want to go, it's like the United States in a way, where if I want to work in Pennsylvania, I could go to Pennsylvania. I don't need a work permit to go to Pennsylvania. If you want to work in whatever, Delaware or Washington, you can go there. But for an Austrian, because the Austria is neutral, it was not possible for me to do this. I could go there, work there for free, but I was not allowed to live there or to earn some money. So I had to return. It was very hard to find a job, because they would take people from the European community, because they don't have to do the process of work permit, they don't have to go to the union, they don't have to do anything. So it was 1989, I got my job offer to go to Bermuda, because Bermuda at this time allowed foreign people to come in and give them a work permit for a year, and after a year they would renew it for you, or whatever they would do. I mean, it's just up to you. If you want to stay there, you could stay. If you want to leave, you leave. So it was in '89 when I went to Bermuda, and I gave up my middle management position in one of the best hotels in Europe just to be a waiter at the Princess Hotel in Bermuda, to work for 6 months there. And this was like when, at the beginning, when I told you the story, when I couldn't speak English, when this girl called me over and told me, you have to say, after someone says thank you, you say you're welcome instead of please. Because in German you would say, if you do someone a favor, they would say danke, and you would say bitte. And bitte in English means please. So this is the reason why I said this before, when I say please, 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 and I said, no, you have to say you're welcome. But I picked up a lot of a lot of English on the beach, because like there were a lot of willing people there to help me with the English, yeah. But I also hung out with a lot of Italians, because the Italian language was for me much, like I understood much more than I would understand in English. So it was like nice listening to these Italian guys, and I know they were talking instead of when they were talking in English to someone. But I was thinking, oh my God, I have to do now something. So in January of 1990, I went to Cornell University to attend an English intensive course. Cornell has one of the best hotel schools in the world. Like from hotel management, Cornell is the best school. If from a service standpoint, you would go to a school in Switzerland, to Lausanne, but like every general manager in Europe went to Cornell University just for a summer program, you know, like they have an 8-week program, or they would have at least worked in the United States. So I did this intensive course in English, and I wanted to also attend a summer program for 8 weeks in 1990, but it was impossible because I applied for a job, and when we had spring break, I went to New York and I applied for a job at the Pierre Hotel in New York, which is one of the best hotels in New York, and it's a 4-season hotel. It's a 4-season hotel. I'm sorry, the video camera. It's a 4-season hotel, the Pierre. It's one of the best hotels in New York. So after that, I had a problem because I finished in May, and suddenly I received a letter from the Amerikanisches. I'm talking German, so I received a letter from the immigration department where they said to me that I have to leave the country for at least 90 days in order to apply for an exchange visa, which would be my status if I would work in New York. So I was thinking, oh my God, what do I do now? I want to attend this course here at Cornell University. I was waiting all my life to go here, and now suddenly they just kick me out. And I was thinking, what do I have to do? I mean, I bought my ticket and I left 5 days later, and I had to send them a copy of my ticket, and I had also to show them a stamp in my passport that I left and that I entered Austria, and I was not allowed to come back for 90 days. And it was funny because like I was thinking, oh my God, I have a student status, like I had a student visa to stay here for 5 years, and if you have a student visa, you can work 20 hours a week. And I was thinking, very interesting, because no one else can work 20 hours a week. But if you're a student, but you could work more than 20 hours if you wanted to. But I didn't work at all. So I just went home. I got a job offer to go to Kuwait, and I got an offer to go to Turkey. But I was thinking, oh my God, now everything is in process. All this paperwork and all this money what was involved, and all this pain of going to New York, finding a job, being accepted. I was thinking, this is my only opportunity to come here and to just be here for 18 months and get my experience, and I'm done and over. And I was thinking, okay, good, this was very interesting. I went home, I came back in September, and I started my apprenticeship in the United States. Mm-hmm. After I came to Philadelphia and after I met Venice.
All right. At that
Good.
point, we'll jump ahead to the next topic, which is, in what ways have you assimilated? In what ways have you taken on American ways? Now, you've been here how many years?
4 years.
4 years. And as the class heard, you didn't know any English.
Mm-hmm.
We see that you speak English very well now. What else is different about you now that you've lived in the United States?
That I wear cowboy boots. You see, I wanted to be a cowboy, and now I'm already a cowboy, starting from my toes. I also wear jeans, but it doesn't mean these are not Italian designer jeans anymore, because it used to be I wore Italian designer jeans where you would pay for one pair of jeans about $120 to $140. Now I'm wearing $35 jeans from Gap. Do you know what Gap means? What does it mean? G-A-B? I don't know what it means, but I guess great American product. Am I right or wrong? G-A-B? Maybe. Let's have fun. Okay, $35 jeans. I wear an American Western belt from the, what's it called, the store? Boot Village. The shoes are from Boot Village. I love Boot Village. They have even boots there for about $3,000. Did you ever see them? They're like made out of ostrich. Whatever, poor little thing here. This is what is it? Cow leather. Good cow leather. Okay, so I'm also what I'm wearing. I'm sorry, camera. I'm getting a little bit hot here. I also got a nice Mickey Mouse hat. Can you see it? Good. I like Mickey Mouse. I took this home to Austria, and when I went skiing, I put it on until people were looking at me funny and saying, "What is he wearing here?" He was wearing a Mickey Mouse hat when he goes skiing, and I was saying, "Oh my God!" I got it as a present from my mother-in-law. I don't call her my mother-in-law. I call her my mother-in-law. So I went skiing in January. Took this hat with me, and my mother said, "What are you doing? You can't wear this. Are you stupid or what?" And I was thinking, "What's wrong? I mean, this is a nice hat." And she says, "Yeah, but in Austria we don't wear hats like this. They wear these dorky hats, you know, the green hats made out of this wool stuff, what my jacket is, with a feather, and now tell me that this doesn't look dorky. But you know, this is America, and we're also promoting here the Disney company, okay? So." I also like Kentucky Fried Chicken. My favorite chicken is barbecue chicken. And with coleslaw, I think Kentucky, is this allowed to say this? I mean, you're an outsider now here. Is this allowed to say this? To make advertisement for Kentucky Fried Chicken? Okay, my favorite salad is coleslaw. Pepsi is good too. By the way, I never drank Coca-Cola or Pepsi Cola until I came here. We have enough time. Until I came here, 1990, I had my first Coke, and it's like, you have one, you have another one, you have another one. You can't get enough of it. Until you start breaking out, yeah, and think, oh my God, now you had too much of this Coca-Cola stuff. But like I said, I like Kentucky Fried Chicken. I like also McDonald's. The breakfast. What do they have? The sandwiches. Biscuits, oh my God, I love them. I also love the Kentucky Fried Chicken biscuits, and Kentucky Fried Chicken offers right now the sandwiches, barbecue sandwiches. Did you ever have them? Try them, they're good. So, what did you say? What I assimilate?
Yeah, anything else?
Yeah, hold on, 1 second. Give me 1 second. We just cut this after with the question part, okay? I also like to drink ice water in restaurants. It's nice because if you would go to New York now to some restaurants, they wouldn't even serve you ice water anymore because they would only serve you if you asked them to serve you ice water. But when I went home in January to restaurants with my mother, or my good mother, and we went to these restaurants, I would ask for ice water, and people would look at you. But I'm already Americanized in this way because it's nice to sip on an ice water. No, they don't do it. They would charge you for the ice water. They would say, "Hey, he's not paying for it." They would call you a cheap bastard if you would drink ice water. Yeah, no, they would. I remember this when I was young. We hated this American tourist group. You know, we had these Cosmos groups. They came on a vacation to America. We called them the $1 tourists. They would spend $1 a day. And I remember, because it was so funny, I was an apprentice in this hotel, and they would come and would say, "Ha, ice water, ice water." This was the only thing what I understood in English. And rolls, yeah? They would eat rolls and ice water. And in Austria, for every roll you eat, you pay for it. You don't get them for free, you know, and you get more. And butter, it's totally absurd to serve butter on the table. And they asked me for butter, you know. I was thinking, who are these people? But now I'm the same. If I don't have my rolls right in front of me and my ice water, I'm freaking out like they freaked out 10 years ago when I was an apprentice. And they were thinking, these people getting on my nerves because, like in Austria, these clients or guests, they would be very calm. They would sit there and they wouldn't even touch the roll because they know they would have to pay for it. This was just a thing on the side here. Okay, we have the Gap jeans. I like also Sears. It's a nice store, the hardware store. I'm not in doing some business at home, you know, like fixing up a house or something. But I like Sears. I like Macy's, and I love popcorn. Popcorn is nice. I remember at home when we ate popcorn, it was very interesting because we had a state fair. A fair, you know what this is? You have to help me. I don't know if they understand me or not. I mean, you live with me, you understand me. Do you know what a fair is? Okay, so we had this twice a year. Once in May and the other one was in September. And this was the only time I have seen popcorn and smelled it, because they had this machine where they made this popcorn, pop, 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 it made puff, 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 puff. It was like noisy snow, yeah, coming out from this container. and the smell of it was great, yeah. And now I love popcorn because here I can have it every day. You put it in a microwave oven. We didn't even have a microwave oven at home because microwave it's you have a stove. You don't need a microwave oven.
Okay, what ways have you not assimilated? What ways have you not taken on?
Okay, nobody's wearing a baseball shirt or a football shirt. I hate to wear. I don't like to wear, and I would never wear a football shirt. When I was young, and I remember this last night, I was thinking,
Why not?
it's un-European. But maybe in 5 years I change and I would wear the Eagle shirt and everyone would be happy. But right now, no. But I remember when we had this football shirts, you know, where you have, like, it's a plastic shirt where you have little holes in it. Do you remember them? And you have a number on it. And I remember that I bought one. It was very in about 20 years ago in Italy. That they had these shirts where it said, I remember I had a red shirt with a white collar, and it says Yankee on it and 66. Oh my god, I love the shirt. Me and my homemade skateboard. I'd look like an American and eating my corn and ketchup mix. Okay, what else? I don't like sports. American sports.
Explain why not.
I don't know. It's not.
They don't have it.
We don't. Yeah, we don't. I mean, right now they're practicing basketball, baseball, and football, but it's just in the, how do you say it, in the kids' shoes in the beginning. So it's not it's very popular. Do we have enough time? How many minutes?
About
8 more minutes? That's it. What else? We like everything else here in this country. Sport games, that's fine. Shopping malls, we like them. Everything is perfect. Questions?
No, wait. No, you have to tell them in what ways do you feel that maybe people were prejudiced against you, or what problems have you had as a foreigner in the United States?
I never had a problem because, like, when I worked in Bermuda before, and like when I met people from other countries in this country, it was like all the time a very interesting and challenging thing, because it gave me an idea of their background, the way they live at home. So it was not for me that I felt uncomfortable.
Do you think it was because you were European versus maybe coming from another part in the world that they accepted you more?
Yeah, but I never had any problems, so for me there was
Have
no.
you seen people treat other foreigners, your friends, differently?
Oh yeah, I have friends from South America. They would get treated differently than I do, but
Because they're from South America versus Europe. Has there been any other problems for you? Has it been difficult for you to come to America and break away from your family? How does your family feel about you living all the way across the world?
as long as I call them and see them twice a year, they're fine.
And would you like to share with the students some of the pricing for phone bills to stay close?
At the beginning, when I came here, it was like in the beginning of the 90s.
When you really missed
When I lived in New York, I had phone bills for about $500, $600 a month. But now we cut the cost of phone bills to about 200 to 250. Oh, the
Yeah.
next one is big, and
Yeah, maybe 100.
no, but we came from 300 to a,
Oh, then you cut down.
Yeah.
He worked his way down. But he still reaches out and touches too often, right?
yeah.
And do you feel that your family would be happier if you were home?
Yeah, of course, like everyone else's family would be happy to be at home, so it's not.
Was there a conflict marrying someone from another country at home
With whom?
with your family?
Yeah, of course.
They would have rather what?
That I not get married and that I stay with them until they die. And after I go on with my life.
Okay, do you have any advice to the class about dealing with people from diverse backgrounds? You've had a lot of experience with people from all over the world, friends from all different countries.
Yeah, and this is the thing what you say right now. I made friends with them. I didn't fight against being friends with them because, like, when I went to Bermuda, I had so many friends from all over the world. Like you said, if I would have not talked to them and not stayed in touch with them, I would never have this nice experience what I had in Bermuda, where if you feel bad, you would look back to this experience and friendships you had, and you think it was a great time. So the only thing what I can give you an advice, I mean, this everyone has to handle it, and you have to think whatever you give, you get it back from other people. So that's my that's my advice.
So
Zig
overall,
Ziglar advice.
Zig Ziglar. Overall, would you say that you had a positive experience then in America? Was it what you expected? Was it everything you had hoped it would be?
Yes and no.
In what ways was it? You didn't drive a truck.
Yeah, I didn't drive a truck. I didn't go out to the west. I never drove a motorcycle, and I just want to eat one day rattlesnake soup or something like this. Yeah. So
So you want to still get out west, which you haven't
yeah.
had the experience of doing yet. Okay, are there any quick questions about any of these issues you'd like to bring up? Are there any other Austrians that you're able to keep in contact with over here? Are you able to bond with any people from the old country?
Yeah, I have some friends in New York.
New York's a big place.
Yeah. I also have a friend who has a restaurant in King of Prussia. You have a question for me?
How has your homeland changed in the time that you've been gone? I mean, you just recently, huh?
Yeah, I went home in January.
How has it changed?
It has changed a lot because of the war in Yugoslavia, or former Yugoslavia. It's now Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's about Venice and I. We went to the northern part of Yugoslavia in last year, where everything started, and you have about 2 million refugees pouring in to Germany, Austria. Like you would see a lot of like beggars on the streets, where if like Venice's friend went there on vacation 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. He came back and he said there's so many people, poor people on the street, which is not. They're not Austrians. They are like from another country. They're like they don't have an arm, they don't have a leg because they lost it because of bombing, of just being stupid because the North and the South didn't get along with each other because they feel that the North doesn't want to work for the South because they're just standing there and relax. And I mean, there's a big change right now in Europe, and it affects a lot of the business and industries because, I mean, all these foreign workers what we had after the Second World War, Yugoslavians, Turks, there's a lot of fighting going on between them too, because there are no jobs out anymore. They don't have an own identity of their own country because their kids grow up or they're born in Germany, but from the Germans they're not accepted as a German, and they're not accepted from their own people. So it's like
How far away the war zone is from your
it's about 300 miles away
pretty close?
where we live.
Maybe about 4 hours away then?
Yeah.
The fighting.
Do you hear the sirens?
No, this was in the beginning. It was when the war started 2.5 years ago. It's because the North broke up. It broke away from Yugoslavia, and the North is right. It's only 20 miles away where my hometown is. So the Yugoslavians, they send up their fighter planes to bomb the North because they were thinking they should not break away because they know this is their breadbasket. But it was like a quick war. It was like over in about, I don't know, maybe a month. I didn't know because I didn't live over there, so I didn't even follow up with the thing. But maybe a month or so, and everything was stable. And Venice and I, we went there, and you can't see anything. That there was some killing or shooting going on.
Do you feel uncomfortable having your family so close to the war? 4 hours away, does that make you nervous? Do you ever feel that it's going to erupt into Austria? All this tension in Europe?
I don't know. I mean, you just hope for the best, and you think, yeah, it would not affect them, but you never know what happened because
Okay, well, thank you.
it's our time over now.
Our time is over.